Welcome back, everybody. We're going to do a new playthrough, Castlevania. I have to let you guys know in advance that this is me in post, as I had tremendous trouble getting through the later portions of this game. So, this is unfortunately not live, because at a certain point I just started getting super salty, and I stopped talking. So, this is me recording after the fact. Got hit by the first zombie. It's always a good start. Luckily I kind of destroyed this first area. Yeah. I'm surprised those dogs that are in this first stage don't appear again. But then again, I guess the zombies don't either, do they? These zombies. The raise the roof zombies, as many people I'm sure have called them. You see pretty much every other enemy type from this game, or first area, return, with the exception of the zombies and the dogs. I don't know if maybe the zombies are just there to sort of be pain in the asses. You know, initial baby enemy that you just sort of fight, but... I'm gonna go down here. Those areas, quote-unquote, the first one that gave me trouble. I accidentally jumped into the water, and I immediately reset the game. Fuck that. Because I'm a little baby like that. But after that I kind of creamed this area. So the more I played this game, the more I felt like each stage was like a different gear, like gear ratio in your car. Like this is very much first gear. Pretty simple, not too challenging. You're more like, if you're a beginner, you're more or less designed to sort of get the idea of what the game is. You should be able to get through to this boss without much trouble. And then obviously beat the level after you get the hang of the controls. Second level steps up the difficulty, but still not super difficult. You know, I'm gonna more or less cruise through the second stage as well, but you could tell that the enemies are a little bit more challenging. Placement, you know, is designed to sort of stop you from, you know, just sort of blown through this. Now enemies are taking more damage, so that's, they say, another thing. And this is also the stage where they introduce the Medusa heads, which Medusa heads themselves aren't difficult, but they're designed to slow you down. And they could be a little bit tricky when you match them up with other enemies. This is where you get first introduced to them, where if you don't actually move, they won't hit you. So you gotta learn your spacings, and then you should be okay with them. And then they disappear at certain points. I don't really understand why. Not here particularly, but some of the like upstairs, you know, you'll get Medusa heads here. You jump, there's still Medusa heads, and then they'll stop after this point right here. You think they would continue to come up through, say, right about here, maybe? But, I don't want to make the game too hard at this point, I guess. I'm gonna want to skip over the clock, even though the clock's pretty good against the boss here. He's gonna kind of skip over it because, again, the Medusa heads don't come back till right about here, and you know that can be kind of a danger. But you know, once you know when they start and when they finish, really not all that difficult. This area designed to catch you up a little bit, you know, because the first thing goes all the way down, then slowly back up. The other one goes halfway down. You just have to make sure you duck halfway through here, and then you can get through. I think those are the only time those things pop up in this game. Could be wrong. I just played this game, I don't remember now. Anywho. I got the double, that's good. I should have had the double from the... what am I doing? Alright. Goes away after each stage. I'm stupid. I need just a little bit of forward momentum to get up there. It's gonna be a problem later, you'll see. Where I don't have a forward momentum going and kind of get myself caught. More Medusa heads. The good thing about Medusa heads is if you stand still, they can't hit you from where they spawn, but you can also do like a jump. You can also jump over them. So we're gonna freeze down this big Medusa head. That's stage 2. A little more difficult than stage 1. Well, I don't know what you call it. Area 1. This is stage 6. As you can see at the top of the screen. But, this is where it really starts to ramp up in difficulty. So now we're like in 3rd gear. I don't think I'll well, I know I don't continue on this particular one, but this one definitely takes a little bit of practice to figure out the monkey men that suddenly just start popping up. They're a pain in my ass. Right, I killed you. That's where the hidden meat is. But that guy does respawn because I went backwards. Gotcha. So I'm sure you guys are aware, I will not be getting most of the secret money bag slash treasure chest slash crown. Just extra points, which once I die and continue, my points go they go back away. They disappear, go back to 0. Right now I'm doing pretty good on this stage. This is where the Medusa heads pop up again. Not difficult. I believe the Skelly Man is a little bit of RNG luck. Right there, that bone hits me, but that's sort of RNG based. So we're gonna talk about right here. Why the fuck didn't I use the clock more? I don't know. It's certainly available to me at this point. Got 33 hearts now. use them against these birds. No, I take damage there. That guy's dead. Managed to get rid of this guy without too much trouble, but the crows... I don't know. Grumpy Skeleton Man, dead. Yep, I thought I was dead there. So that led to me not reacting quite right. So this gets, as you can see, is a little more difficult now that I have to deal with, oh, well, that was interesting. I have a shortened whip now that I have to deal with. I'm taking unnecessary damage because I'm not at full power. So lucky there, I know where the meat is in this area. Otherwise I think this would not be possible. These guys aren't too difficult either as a boss. As long as you have enough HP, you can, or if you're good enough at this game, I guess, you can beat them no problem. Alright, now we're gonna shift into the next area that's where I start to have trouble, and I'll explain that in just a second here. When you're I don't know if this is accidental or on purpose, but when you enter this stage for the first time, there's no bat. So you can do that, and you can move along the pathway forward without having to deal with the bats until right about here. Okay? If you come back from a continue, that bat immediately spawns as soon as you come into the world. Which means you have to deal with him or jump over him. So this is a pretty good run here. Of this initial area. Haven't died yet. Haven't made any mistakes, so that was kind of close. Got full health. I'm gonna go into this monkey area. Whatever they call these, Igors. I usually have these down pretty pat, like this. But the one that they drop behind me kind of fucks me up. So that's good. Now I've got multiple Igors on me, whatever you call these, monkey men. I need to deal with them. Got holy water that I'm not using for some reason. And now I'm dead. Now I have nothing. No long whip. No holy water. I gotta do this whole area. So I'm just moving forward now, trying to get through the upcoming door here, because if I can get through the door... Oh, that's invincibility, that's good. If I can get through the upcoming door here, I don't even have to fight this enemy, I can just walk underneath of him. And now, the save updates to this point, so... But this area, this portion is super hard. And maybe I just don't understand how this this enemy's supposed to work. But he's a bit of RNG, where sometimes he'll shoot out that fireball, I'll get it with my whip, no problems. And sometimes he'll fire it from a lower position, because my whip goes straight out, kind of screwed. So, another thing you'll notice is, even though I got a chicken, meat, whatever you want to call it, I am still running a little low on health. And even though this boss isn't terribly difficult, the little jumping flea Igor thing Monkey Man ends up giving me way too much trouble. Oh yeah, I think that takes 4 health every time he hits me with one of those. So it doesn't take very much for those to add up. And then I kind of have to get lucky in this first area, now, particularly now that I'm running on the medium-sized whip. So this can happen right here, where the first enemy can take me out. Alright, so that's okay. Bad luck, I guess. Just move on. See if we can't do it better this time. Doing pretty good. Oh, nope, took damage. That's alright. We got the chicken. Oh, took more damage. That's bad. Took more damage. That's even worse. So now, I've got a little bit of chicken, or meat, or whatever you want to call it. But that's not the kind of... I'm still gonna end up, even if I do this next person perfectly, I'm still at, like, roughly half health. Didn't got underneath my whip that time. Now I've got 2 health to take on the boss with. That's a 1-hit death. Which I'm sure if I was better at this game I could do, but I'm not. Alright, so back we go to the beginning. As you can see, that bat immediately appears. That slows you down a little bit, particularly if you want to get your upgraded whip. So now you deal with this bat down here. Hits you, you fall back into the water. Or you can ignore this early whip and try and rush past this area so you get on the floating platform faster. I picked up the block there, so I was able to pause the bat. It's another way to get around it, just to time stop the enemies. This is a good one. Right? That's good. Once I get to here, I'm usually okay. Unfortunately, I took about half my health and damage, so pretty much guaranteed that this flea area is going to be a mess, depending on how they get dropped. That was a good one. It was 2 for 1. There's one behind me. He fucks me up every time. I can outrun him. That's great. Good now. So, this is pretty good. We've reached this area. I'm gonna skip the knife. I don't want the knife. I want the holy water if I can keep it. Fortunately, I'm not gonna get to keep the holy water because even if I perfect this, which I just did, and I get the chicken, I'm still at slightly more than half health, so still got one more guy to go, and then I gotta fight the boss with half health. That happens too sometimes when you get hit and you hit them at the same time. Causes an instant death. Speedrunners love that. So this is what you want to do. You want to pause them, prevent them from doing it. Fortunately, he's slowly eking his way towards me. And I didn't have enough health to get through that. If I hadn't taken that last bit of damage, or I hadn't taken the early damage, or thrown the holy water again, I would have been through this in but 1 game over. Instead, I end up getting multiple game overs here, some of which I've cut out of the video that I'm voicing over right now, because, you know, how many times do you want to watch me die? know, it's a lot. So I think the other thing that really pissed me off about doing this video is I used to be able to cruise through this game. About once every other year I would just kind of pick up and play this for funds. And I apparently lost all my skill playing this game. Either that or this is a more difficult version of a game that I've played in the past. So this is me trying to avoid it. Unfortunately, because the way he jumps makes it very difficult to always avoid him. So basically we want to get through this portion right here without losing any health. And if you take one hit from this guy, that's fine. Because you can heal it up with the meat. But you can't take any more than one hit, otherwise you won't end up with full health at the end. Then you gotta get all the way through that second guy. Yep, I died there. Free damage from bats a bit much. I'm gonna start complaining about how much damage some of these enemies start to do at a certain point. Because it seems that, you know... I mean, I get it, you can't... The enemies can't just do 1 damage. If they did just 1 damage, you know, this game would be way too easy. I get that, okay? But a combination of, you know, enemies do... Right now, starting to do 3 damage. They're going to do 4 damage later on with other stuff. I don't know, at a certain point it just gets ridiculous. The case of the get goods. Yeah, I'm gonna use this. So I actually held on to this instead of taking the holy water. So my hope was that I could use it to, which I can, use it to freeze the guys that are in here, which allows me to get to the boss with full health. And problem was, I could also use it on the boss, which I cannot. Some of the earlier bosses you can freeze with the clock. Starting right about, I think it's right about here, maybe even the mummies in the last world that we just did. They stop being affected by the clock. Which I kind of understand, because you're just taking the... So yeah, the Frankenstein monster there. And moving away made that impossible for me to chug my way through. Ugh. So again, got to this point with less than half health. It's very unlikely that I'm going to be able to do this without some very good luck and or locking down the that guy. I'm just trying to throw knives at him right now, which might have worked if I had focused more on dodging rather than trying to do damage. So yep, every so often we will get to the point where I have so much trouble with the first enemy that he does kill me. Either here or on the second part. Not sure I didn't get the chicken there. I think I just sort of gave up on this run. I think I got about 3 game overs out of this recording. 'Cause I think it took me about 6 to 7 tries, game over tries I mean, to ultimately get through this. This area right here, you don't want to try and rush this first jump, because those skulls are not a platform, they are just a pile of skulls that kind of look like they're in the foreground, but they are actually in the background, and you just fall straight through them. So I also noticed my whip isn't as long as it could be if I had focused on trying to get all the whip. Oh, there's one. No, my whip's the longest. That's what you're supposed to do with the holy water. You're supposed to throw it behind you so they run into it. So we're gonna skip the knife. Got a little lucky there on the on keeping his head where I needed it to be. Let me take out this guy as well. Not, unfortunately, seem to be affected by. I really wanted that double too. Not really sure it was worth the health trade that I made, but I got neither, in fact. Nope. Try again. Sometimes you just die to the little snake guy. You don't really have much of a choice. I want to take a guess if this is the run where I do it. Nope. That's always a good start. When you fuck it up like that. See, that's a lucky hit there, but I'm not at full health again, so it's what it is. Sometimes you just gotta play the game. Ideally what you want to do there. Lock down that monkey man. And then hopefully have enough health to tank that last hit. But yeah. How you do it.